everybody, welcome, Valid Sports Podcast. Got my brother Justin in here with me today. We're going to be talking A&M Arkansas recap. Justin, we just going to jump straight into it, man. What'd you think about that this weekend and the horrible performance that we displayed of offense?
Man, I don't think any Arkansas fan was expecting that. I mean, with all the weapons we know that we have on this team, 173 or 4 yards, whatever it was, it's just not even in the stratosphere of what we were expecting. The defense did what we needed to do to be competitive, at least. But that offense just didn't show up. Like, we didn't play offense in that game, so how did we expect to win if that's what we brought for an offense? That's just what I wonder. And we had a lot of issues with that offense too that were glaring, especially in the fourth quarter with that terrible pass protection. We're a running football team. We couldn't run the ball all day. Nothing we did on the ground worked, really. So that's just that's got to be alarming for the Razorback fans.
Yeah, man, it was a long day all day. I think that we forced the run all day, and it didn't work, and we just kept doing it, run it first down, and it's just like tiring, and Arkansas fans are getting tired of watching the same thing week in and week out, no changes. Obviously, the line that we got, Kutas playing tackle, he's getting whipped every play. We're not making adjustments. We got other guys on the sideline that can come in and switch some things up, and they got to be able to block better than that. So I just think that Rocket looked like he was out of shape. He's put on too much weight. He's not in game shape. And we're trying to make him tote the rock like he's been playing all year when he's not even played since week 1. And these other guys have been playing SEC games. So it just doesn't make any sense.
Dude. Why would you start a guy that hadn't played in 3 weeks? You know?
Yeah, it didn't make any sense, Justin, and we needed to air it out on first down, make them back up. You got to make that defense back up, and they're keying on the run, Pittman. They know what you're going to do. So I don't know why we're so hard-headed and we're not learning.
Wow. I know, and it was like we put ourselves behind the 8 ball again and again with first down run calls when they weren't working. And we waited way too late in the game to ever take a deep shot. The same old story. And as Hog fans, it gets old when it's every game you say the same thing about the offense.
Yeah, and like you said, I thought defense played extremely well. I mean, for the most part. Once again, we got Clark matched up on speed. He's not fast enough to be playing man-to-man defense with one of their fastest guys, and that's what they did a few times. One time for a touchdown, and we're still not learning that he needs to just play deep safety and make sure nobody gets behind us. He doesn't need to be on the line of scrimmage playing man-to-man. What do you think?
I couldn't agree with you more, and I haven't understood all year why he would be up there lining up man-to-man on one of their best receivers when it's pretty clear to me and most of the Razorback fans I've talked to, we want to see him playing a deep safety type position. He seems to have the smarts for it, and he's good at breaking on the ball deep downfield. And I don't understand why we keep putting him up there on their slot receiver, their fastest guy. I don't know what kind of coaching that is, but what was even more alarming was the way that we got out coached in the fourth quarter when they just singled out our weak link on the offensive line and attacked him and embarrassed us in front of everybody and knocked him down to his knees on that Cowboy Stadium carpet. Time and time again, it's on the tape, and it don't lie. And I heard they say they were going to move him, but so they're at least admitting they was playing a guy out of position. But maybe they won't. Maybe they'll keep him where he's at again. But just putrid. If you can't block any better than that, I don't know how you expect to get a yard, and we sure didn't. We were going backwards.
Right, and like Auburn was running the ball last week, and they couldn't run it on A&M, and unfortunately, that gave them a loss. So I just don't understand where we watched film and thought we could run it on them. Like,
I mean,
if you would have learned anything, you would have learned from watching Auburn that you needed to pass the ball. So, and make them back up, and then you can run it when the holes open up. But they're sitting there waiting on you, and you got guys out of position on the line that can't block, and you're getting KJ killed because they can't pass block either. And because they knew we were going to pass it because we waited all game, and now you're behind, and you know what I mean? So, I mean, it was a couple lucky plays. They had that tip interception for a touchdown. I mean, that changed a lot. But
goodness. I mean, I said I was calling for their luck to run out, but I don't believe it did just yet. If next to the Hail Mary, the tip drill pick six has got to be one of the luckiest plays in football. I don't think anybody want to dispute that.
Touched.
Right.
They never touched him. He just, yeah, we couldn't even tackle the guy.
I mean, he was pretty close to the end zone when he caught it. And he was his momentum was taking him to the home promised land already, you know. It was unlucky for us once again. That's all you can say about that play. If that wasn't unlucky, I don't know what was.
Right, and I don't know. It just if we have any chance against Ole Miss, we gonna have to open up our offense. I've been calling for it all year, and I think against Western Carolina, the first game of the season, the only time where we seen the run's not working. Let's pass the ball, and it worked against those guys. I'm not saying their defense is of any caliber of any of these teams that we're facing now, but the thing is that. Yeah. You can't keep trying to force the run. It didn't work against Western Carolina. What makes you think it's going to work against Texas A&M? So
exactly. Sometimes you've got to throw the ball to open up the run, and when they show you that they're going to outnumber you, they're going to run blitz you. They're going to put guys in the box, but you've got to make them pay for that. You can't just bang your head against a steel wall.
I agree, man, and we got the weapons. It's not like we don't have the weapons. Everybody knows we have the talent this year. So Pittman, I really been not saying nothing, but I'm saying something now. You got to pull it together, and you got to save this season. You got an experienced quarterback, not only experienced, a record-holding quarterback with weapons around him. There's no sense that you shouldn't be scoring points on offense. I understand this line's inexperienced, but you got guys. This is the University of Arkansas. This is a SEC program. So you got somebody that can block better than that.
Right, and we've seen there's 3 other linemen at least that we've seen play this year that could block better than that. I know they wasn't getting beat 5 or 6 plays in a row, knocked to their knees, but I mean, the kid is a redshirt freshman that looked like it was being, abused out there. And to me, the coach shouldn't let him be abused like that. He should have been taken out if he was being abused by their man to that degree. Pretty bad. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that. Like, we've got 85 scholarships, but that he must be on 15% stamina if he's getting knocked down like that. Pitiful.
Yeah, I mean, I like to see more substitutions. We play the same guys all game. I mean, guys need a breather so you're not in the fourth quarter getting whooped. like for instance, on defense, our linebacker positions, Paul and Thomas played all game pretty much. I want to see Greer and Spence and Crooks. Is that his name, Justin?
Right. Well, yeah, more than
Yeah, I
the.
want to see
I
more
saw those.
reps.
You're right. I saw those guys some, but I don't know if it was like out of necessity. I felt more like when we got banged up was the only time we put them in or something. You know.
Right.
Uh,
They say we're banged up. That's what they keep saying, but I'm getting tired of hearing it. Man, you got to rotate some guys around. It's the
and let
SEC. It's what it
Right,
is.
all over the field, all over the field. And let's talk about the 4th and 1. We got to do it. I mean, we're 0 of 3 in those situations this year where it's 4th and 1. We've gotten stopped in a lot of different short yardage situations. Come on, man. If you're ever going to be able to pick up a 4th and 1, this quarterback is a load. When other teams had a running quarterback, somehow they just ran it for a yard and we couldn't do nothing about it. But when we got a 250-pound quarterback, we just can't figure out how to do that.
Yeah, we
What
gonna
in the
line
world?
up we gonna get in the shotgun 5 yards deep and run some kind of slow developing play that takes forever with our slowest running back. He looks more like he's a power back now, is what he is. But
Mm,
A&M,
right?
they grab him by the toes and take him down when all you gotta do is line up under center and get Rocket or Johnson or somebody to push him and let him lay over the first down line. I mean, it's not that hard.
Put
So
somebody in the backfield with him that's strong as a bull. He's strong as a bull. Your center strong as a bull. I don't understand why you're not running straight ahead. But don't ask me. I mean, I guess they're making rocket science out of something that's not. It's a simple thing. The game of football, sometimes you got to bow up and be meaner than the opponent, and go straight ahead for a yard and square your shoulders to the line of scrimmage and be coached to do it. And if you're not, there's a problem.
right, especially when Pittman is supposed to be an offensive line guru. That's what really gets me about these offensive line problems, and he hasn't made adjustments. I
Yes, sir.
mean, so he's got to get it going, man. Arkansas, we pretty our temperament around here, is pretty high, but we're getting our temper is getting a little short as we keep watching these same mistakes. We want to see some fixes to these problems, or we're not going to be too
We,
happy.
I think the knowledgeable fans that everybody saw there was a problem with the O line, but some of the knowledgeable fans had already kind of been looking at where maybe the worst one or two guys were and kind of wanted them to get out of there. It looks like we got all the way into this big ball game here and we still hadn't made the adjustment. We're still not. I don't know if it's injuries. I don't know what the problem is, but there is a problem when we keep playing the same guys that have been ineffective.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make adjustments, and not just 3 games later. You got to make them play to play, quarter to quarter, half to half.
Right.
I mean, you don't got to make it to the locker room to make an adjustment. We got to have adjustments on the fly.
It has
And
to be static along the way as you go, making adjustments throughout the ball game.
yes, sir. And something that I also wanted to touch on, Justin, is special teams. I wasn't really liking what I seen out of that. They were getting
Mm.
way too much yards on the punt returns, and we got to get down there and cover. And we can't be letting them rip big runs on the kick returns. I
But
don't like seeing that.
I felt like we outkicked. Honestly, I felt like we outkicked our coverage on that one that they scored, and seems like that guy's been there forever. They want to talk about KJ. This is only his 3rd year to start, but these idiots of fans of these other teams. Oh, he's been there since 2019. He's only been starting for 3 years. We had Felipe Franks before that. We had other quarterbacks. And matter of fact, he picked us. He came down to Arkansas and Georgia. He was a 4-star recruit. All you uneducated fans out there. And yes, we've got other guys that were highly recruited players too. It's not that Arkansas has no players. We got to play better. We got to coach better. We really got out coached, and that was an uninspired performance by the offense.
That's all there is to it, man. We got out coached, and we played a bad game on offense because of the play calling. Really, I mean, you're trapping yourself. You're hurting yourself, man. You got weapons. You got to use them. You got to throw that ball up and let 6'7" Tyrone Broden go up over that 5'10" corner. Let
Right, or
Armstrong go up
Armstrong.
over. Yeah, let Armstrong go over that 5'10" corner. I mean, 6 foot corner. He's a 6'7" guy. I don't care. Throw the ball up, man. Let your guys make plays. You're not giving them enough chances.
And
And
do it
you
on
try.
first down. Don't wait around
Right.
until it's third and long or second and long to throw the ball. And also, give yourself a chance to be successful. And also, as bad as I hate to admit it, I don't like Jimbo. I don't like A&M. I don't want to give them any credit, but I feel like their defense played better than I thought they would. They gave us, not only was our play calling bad, but I feel like they showed up and they played on defense too, and offense and special teams. They missed a couple field goals, but the effort was there uh, in all three phases for
They
them,
showed.
and
They
that's
showed
part
up.
of being coached. Right, and that's part of coaching. When your effort is there in all three phases for 4 quarters, you've been coached to do that.
I agree. Yeah, they showed up to play, and looked to me like with our play calling and everything, eventually our guys gave up and got whooped, and they started making us look bad. Um, hey man, hats off to Jimbo and Petrino. They're just better. They outcoached us, and they won, and that's all there is to it, man. So once again, they get the best of us in this Jerry world, and honestly, I can't
And
wait to be out of there. And we're playing in Fayetteville, and they're playing over there one year.
And let's talk about, even though KJ only got the one touchdown, this is his third year to start. He only played in a very few games before began to be the starter. And he did get the record. He passed Matt Jones for total touchdowns in a career. He's got 78 total touchdowns responsible for a Razorback career. KJ Jefferson was 78. He's the holder of that record. And congratulations to him. Even in an ugly loss, we still got to mention that.
Right, and I still gotta mention it. Something else I want to say. I could go on all day, but Arkansas. I understand that y'all love this Haas tight end from Oklahoma. I
Well,
get
he's
it.
hurt, and I feel bad
He's
for him
good.
for
I
that.
feel bad for him that he's hurt and he's not coming back. I like the guy, but he's not your only weapon that you got on offense. And I know y'all want to praise him and say how great of a recruiter he is and all this. I like him, but just because he's hurt don't mean we can't throw the ball. So that's another thing I want to say. I remember a lot better tight ends than Haas just because they're hyping him up at
I
Arkansas.
mean,
So
right now he's a freshman, so we've had a lot better tight ends
right,
because they played out their career. As a
exactly.
freshman, he was looking pretty good,
He
but
was, but
sorry,
he needs to work on his blocking when he
he
comes
needed
back. I
to,
will
all
say that.
freshman tight end, right? Gonna need to work on their blocking, and he. But as a receiver, he was doing a good job for a
Right.
freshman. He was playing well, and it's sad to hear that he broke his collarbone against Texas A&M. Luke Haas. In the
Right. Hey,
LSU
I
game,
like the guy.
I believe he had 6 catches for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he was playing pretty
He's
well
pretty
for us.
good, man. But I mean, we got weapons out there, so ain't no
Right.
reason we stop throwing the ball.
The guy that transferred in from North Texas, Marquise Gums, he had 34 receptions as a freshman at North Texas out of the tight end position. So we're not short of talent at that position. We got a guy that caught a touchdown pass in the bowl game against Kansas, Tyrus Washington. He's on the roster. Uh, we got other tight ends. We got backs. He's our mainly our blocking tight end. But yeah, the guy was a weapon. But we've got other good tight ends
We got
on this
guys,
team.
man. All right, man. Anything else you'd like to say before we wrap it up?
Just I'm sick of losing in Jerry's world, and I don't even want to think about that game anymore.
No more.
Yeah, like you said, hats off to A&M. They won. We got to move on.
Got to move on, man. Ole Miss coming up this week. So, all right, guys. That's all we got for this video. Appreciate y'all joining. Like, comment, subscribe, comment. We want to know if y'all share similar opinions on these things. And y'all join for the next video, man. Appreciate it. See y'all next time.